Introduction and notes. I wanted to share my experience with Sinder and Red manipulating me, using me, and dragging me into drama, while sabotaging, slandering, and spreading lies about people I thought were her closest friends. Not only do I no longer wish to work with Sinder, but I want to share what I've endured over the years, and maybe shed light on what she's been doing behind people's backs to protect artists and friends that may be experiencing something similar. Damn. I struggled a lot with writing this document and wasn't sure what I felt and experienced working was real or just burnout, but I think this proves that I was lied to and manipulated over the course of years while working with Sinder. Jesus. Note, based on working with Redacted, Red, Sinder's manager, and Sinder over the years, that I'm sure they speak for each other and there's no reason to believe Red was acting without Sinder's consent and knowledge. Damn. Whenever I use they or them, it refers to both of them acting as a team. This is a document that Nanolist just made this morning at 7:42 p.m. or a.m. I was asleep. I had no clue that this was posted till now. I woke up, I checked my notifications for Discord messages, and this Our Culture post was the first thing that I saw in my recommended for Twitter. I guess Mucho will work overtime today. This is insane. English not being my first language and the language barrier, I discussed the situation, my feelings and thoughts with native English speakers who helped me put them into words so everything is clear without any misunderstandings due to lack of English skills. No, any names that are censored here were censored because the creator in question did not provide consent to have their name revealed by the time of me posting this document. Okay. Slandering other creators. What? Why would she do that? I will start with screenshots showing them speaking ill of other creators and spreading rumors while manipulating me that it's all in our best interest. In addition to speaking ill rumors, they also complained and accused Bao of giving their editor too much work, resulting in the editor not having any time for new clients, which will be important later on. The screenshots below show them showing their affection and appreciation, immediately followed by spreading rumors and lies to make other clients appear problematic to manipulate any future decisions regarding commission. Oh my god. Nanolist says, of course, I wanted to understand it better, especially if I cancel her for the second time, lol. So this is really out of context, but I'm gonna assume that she's talking about another artist or person, most likely even Bao, that they like decided to not work with them or something. Well, with Redacted, with Blank, she's given a lot of bias and priority at gamer subs, sometimes over Sinder, and we can't really confront them about it, plus she's gone 3D lately. Bao has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor a while ago and is constantly picking up artists that we work with. We've gotten to know her better, being friends with her, but she really rubs us the wrong way with the way that she does things. We wanted to try and safeguard our most important artist from her since she's already taken our editor. You can't just claim an artist or an editor. You work with them as so long they're willing to work with you. If the editor is too fucking busy, you find a substitute, or you like, you know, try and make ways in a different way. Our editor, unless they have a explicit contract with them that they're not allowed to work with Bao or any other VTubers, then they're not your editor. What? That's interesting. I don't mean taken like he doesn't work with us anymore. He does, but he has to dedicate time for her and and sometimes that gets in the way of our projects. Yeah, duh. Also, one of Bao's MV editors is the one that did the Boss Rush MV, and we're 99% sure she told him not to do any more with us. But like, model art is the most important thing. That's a VTuber's entire image. Oof. Our Manfu. Exactly, dude. We share Manfu here. He's your boyfriend and my boyfriend. Let's go, dude. Share. Oh my god, no. Well, we love working with you. Sinder wouldn't be Sinder without Nano. But like, let me tell you the tea about the MV thing. Oh my god. We love you, but let me tell you some drama. Bao had original songs last year that had MVs by her editor, and the songs flopped. Her editor met us at TwitchCon and was saying that he loved to work with us, practically jumping through hoops to get something planned. We managed to have him squeeze in the Boss Rush MV between his work with Bao. He said he loved working on it and is super excited to work on the next MV project. Boss Rush's song blows up and he's credited as the editor. I ask him when he's free to do the next project. All of a sudden, he changes his mind, is only working with Bao going forward, no explanation. Okay, that is weird. That is weird, but it's, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe that's their decision. I don't fucking know. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background that we can't really say anything about, chat. Monka. Now, there's some context missing since we know how Bao is behind the scenes, but basically we don't have an MV editor now for our next Boss Rush project. We think Bao got pissed that her editor did an original song MV for her friends without her knowing, and it did 100% better than her original songs last year, that she locked him up so no one else could work with him. If Bao is actually doing that, that would be insane. I honestly think that, considering the fact that Bao's name is in this, like, what's it called? These messages, that means that she wasn't one of the people that were not okay with being in this document. So there might be a possibility that Bao is also gonna like release a doc. She also released one. That's what I was just gonna say. She's also gonna release one. That's insane. She did. Oh my god, we're gonna have to go through that. I love Bao, and I do not think that she's this crazy. Right? That would be insane. But it would be possible. It would be. Okay. And then had him make a public tweet on Twitter that he was only working with her going forward, like a literal announcement tweet. That's crazy. Nano stated earlier that the non-blurred names equals consent on the document. Exactly. And now she's been barking up the tree on one of her live 2D animators, so like, and you, and a Nano model. Yeah, looking for me sounds sus for sure. It's so annoying. I don't know, man. Oh, she has a way of guilt-tripping people to get her way. I mean, you're also doing that. Well, we love working with you. Sinder wouldn't be Sinder without Nano. But let me tell you all this bullshit. That's so funny. I don't know if it's bullshit or not, but you know what I mean. It's like a, let me tell you all of this stuff about another person and slander them, but we're amazing. Yeah. Let me tell you something. I don't like that. I'm sorry about the car outside. I told you it's really fucking busy. Red asked me to cancel one of their closest friends, Bao, by asking me to cancel my word mid-progress, manipulating me into thinking it was okay since she has many connections. They made Nano stop working on Bao's model, and she'll be fine anyways, so I wouldn't feel guilty about it or worry too much. It was and is upsetting to me that Red contacted me specifically to check on me canceling the model I had planned with Bao. Oh my god! He can't. What? Did you cancel models? I did not, Kryja. Nano arc delayed to 2026. I'm scared to cancel with Bao. You shouldn't be. She has so many connections, she'll find someone super fast. Didn't you already design her outfit? I remember her showing it to us at WeebCon. Yeah, I can give her the design for free as an apology to gift. What? Nano's being manipulated. That's insane. Wait, no, she's her own person. She works on models for like a monetary gain. That does not mean that people can start bossing her around and telling her to fucking cancel. She should cancel by herself. If she feels uncomfortable working with that person, then yes. Absolutely, that's understandable. What? You can't just switch to another model designer halfway, can you? You can. But that only ever happens when there's like drama between that person and the artist, or like they just don't work well together. It's the same thing that kind of happened with me and some other people, is that they like cancel midway through because they either don't feel comfortable working on the model, or they're like this or they're like that, right? Shit happens sometimes. Exclusivity and blacklisting other creators. Oh my gosh. In the message below, they mentioned wanting an exclusivity contract, but they didn't want to pay for exclusivity. How are you going to? But rather, when a creator from their blacklist comes asking for a commission, they would guarantee me model work for Sinder only, and if anyone asked me for commissions, they commissioned me instead to compensate for not working with other creators. What? What? If the message below, in the message below, they mentioned wanting an exclusivity contract, but they didn't want to pay for the exclusivity. But rather, when a creator from their blacklists comes asking for a commission, they would guarantee me model work for Sinder only. What does that even mean? What does that even mean? So like, basically whenever a new person or an old, like a person that, you know, wants to commission them shows up and they're like, hey, I'd really like a commission, but Sinder doesn't like them, then they will tell Nano that, hey, you don't have to work on them. We're gonna commission a model from you. I don't understand what they mean by this. They would give Nano money to not work for others. Yeah, and if anyone asked me for commissions, they commission me instead to compensate for not working with other creators. Yeah, okay, so what I said before. But that's weird, because that means that Nano told them that a blacklisted person asked for a commission. Which is weird, because it's like, why is Nano aware of their blacklist? That's interesting. I don't know what happened here, but hey, you know what? Move on. This felt very strange, given that one of the accusations they made was overworking their editor, yet their solution to me working with other creators was for them to essentially overwork me to keep me from working on other projects, which is insane. The message below shows that their primary concern is that the more non-Sinder models I make, the less valuable my existing models become. Huh? What? What? So what the fuck? So that means that other creators are less valuable than Sinder because they're smaller and they're not as big, and because you're putting your work into like smaller creators and she can't get that much like clout off of it, it's less valuable and her work becomes useless? Get the fuck out of there. That's insane. What if she wants to actually like draw a different model, different design? She wants to draw pink hair instead, or fucking green hair instead. What the fuck, man? No, that actually pisses me off. No, I think that the decision of who the artist wants to work with is always in the artist's hands. This should not be something that they are blackmailed into just because of, you know, but you can get monetary gain from this, but you can get like, you know, it's like that meme, right, where they're like, I want to commission you, but I'm not going to pay you, I'm going to give you clout.
Yeah, I have like 10,000 followers on Twitter. Can you give me a free art piece?
You know that meme from like 2 or 3, 5 years ago? I don't know, where people would show up on your Twitter and they will be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pay with clout, done with work. What the fuck? Hello, Tarino. This is, this is insane. Yes, she might not profit that much, like, how do you say that? Social media wise, or like, you know, what's it called? Like clout wise off of smaller creators' models. But in the same sense, Nano is massive. She's already like one of the top like VTuber model artists in at least the Western VTuber community. People already are aware of her work, and a lot of people would love, no matter the cost, like, okay, yeah, if it's more than 10,000, a lot of people won't be able to afford it, but like, it would spread her name more. That's the thing. If she also decides to work with smaller creators, there is also the chance that, hey, you know, like, people are gonna see like, oh, she's willing to work with smaller creators too. Maybe I have a chance. Maybe I could, like, you know, show her my design. She might like it, you know? I don't know. Yeah, I get that. I get this, Fox. I get this. I have grown ever since that, and honestly, this is insane to me. Following screenshot is of them setting up the blacklist, saying I'm not allowed to work with any new clients or create any new outfits for VTuber 1, specifically and justifying those things by saying that with each model my art becomes less unique and special. And therefore Sinder somehow will become less special. What? Dude, the amount of improvement that I've seen in Nano's art over the past year is insane. The amount of improvement in her fucking art style and how much it's feel like more like her own is crazy. It's so good. And she's only been improving. What does that even mean? What do you mean less special? In what sense? The idea that my work as an artist and designer is devalued by working with other people is insane and hurtful. Yeah, that's what I said, that it was insane. Yeah, it is. After realizing what taking a deal with them would really mean for both my workload and my mental health, I backed out. I mean, like, if we wanted to have some kind of model exclusivity, what would you need to make that sustainable for you? Maybe you can share one of your ideas and I can check what I think. Okay, I got some ideas for you to say this. I was driving. What are you thinking? Okay, so I asked my help from my friends. They don't know. It's you. Don't worry. So a monthly fee, calculating my monthly earnings. And how long would this be? And if this counts for models I already worked on. I think the main thing we're looking for are you not taking on any brand new model clients. And to not make any new model outfits with blank again. That's not Bao. Because Bao already said yes. What the fuck? You'd still be able to work on models / outfits with all your other existing babies, and your artwork comms wouldn't be affected. One of our concerns is that more nano babies means nano models don't have the same value anymore. He straight up said this. Cinder was compared to Silver for ages, bro. Why? That's like comparing me to fucking Silver, bro. Or, dude. That's like comparing me, because I have like the blue hair and the pink ends. Oh yeah, dude, they're the same VTuber. What the fuck? Why? No. Oh my god, maybe not any new babies at all. The reason why I brought this up at all is that there's been a lot of bias with another one of our partners with certain creators. And we'd rather that these creators not have what makes Cinder unique, which is your artwork. Just drama. What about we can pay redacted for you, or pay blank for you, and you don't have to discount it from the next payment, and we'll continue giving you lots of models of model work. I think for this year right now, but you don't work with blank, blank, or blank at all again. Models or art. What? Oh my god. I don't think you've ever done anything with blank or blank before. We also have gamer subs label for you too, the AFK. Is there any way to add a little bit more, since still ask for art every now and then? We could do it like ask for art, you tell her no, and you tell us to buy another art piece, like, so you still get a job from it. What? This is wow. Oh my god. Unless they're offering her like $50,000 straight off the bat, they can't fucking do that. Do you know how many fucking clients and money she'd be missing out on? It's not even the fact that she would be canceling out on her clients and not getting the money. It's the fact that her art wouldn't be seen in more positions aside from Cinder's. No. Bro. Another example of speaking ill of other creators right after they saw I was working with Shy Lily. What? What? Trying to once again make the idea of working with other clients seem like I'm setting myself up with problematic people who will do me no good in the long run, to get me to reconsider working with them. They also continuously kept asking about my other clients' plans, which for them made the antenna go up, and immediately went into slandering Lily. They consistently try to reassure me that despite their best efforts, they just happen to keep trying to bring drama in as a reason for me to go exclusive. And that working only with Cinder is them trying to look out for me. That's manipulation. What? Hey Nano, do you have more plans with Lily besides the model, like outfits or merch or anything? Been just the model so far. Okay, her asking you for a model recently just made the antenna go up. Also, word that Nano wasn't doing work for anyone else would spread fast, and down goes more art jobs. Yeah, no, that's that of course as well. Oh, that's weird. Sorry about the cars. Ever since after V-Card launch. But what? Wait. What? Don't Cinder and Lily share V-Card? Aren't they like shared owners? Am I insane? They like both own V-Card, right? They do. What? Lately dipping out of collabs they were both a part of at the last minute. Oh wow. And now ghosting her messages. Cinder's raided her a couple of times in the past week, and Lily won't acknowledge Cinder by name. Bro, I I think I can talk for a lot of like other VTubers. Dude, the amount of times that I've rated Lily is so little because I'm just like, you know, I have like 200 viewers maybe at most. Like there's not not a big point in rating Lily because she's like absolutely massive. So it's not as if like, you know, she's gonna gain a lot from it. So I decided to go for like, you know, smaller streamers. But the amount of times that I've rated Lily, not even once has she been rude. Like she's had straight up conversations with me. Like, oh yeah, what did you do, Mifu? I hope you're doing well. This and this and that. She's so sweet. She's a fucking sunshine. I've never been like spit in the face with Lily. I think the same with like Silver as well. I rated her like once or twice, and I know that she's not aware of me a lot, but like she's not the type of person that would just like spit in your face and go like, you know, oh, thank you for the raid, bye. That's a lie. There's a clip below of Lily acknowledging Cinder's raid, and this message is what made me think that Cinder actually doesn't know what Red was doing. Oh, that might be, yeah, you know what, now that I think about it, that might be a possibility as well, that he's like, sorry, speaking for her. But at the same time, I don't think that this is correct. I do not think that this is correct. If you're gonna be talking with your manager in the same chat, you should be in the chat with your manager. You should be in the same VC/server or whatever, not this like, you know, duo thing, not in just normal DMs, because then you never, nah bro, I don't think it's correct either. She should be there the entire time. That's what I'm saying. Like you are the owner, you're the face of like your manager, and if he's saying weird stuff behind your back, that could completely like fuck you up, like your entire image. Every time I got rated with bigger streamers, she always acknowledges the raid and asks that said streamer's been doing. So yeah, that's fucking like, not even that, I just said it. Dude, she did it with me. I rated Lily recently and she was like really fucking sweet. She was like, oh yeah, you know what did you do? What game did you play? Like, did you have fun? Okay, you know, we're doing this today. We just started, Mifu. We just started the stream. I hope you're doing well. Like, I've never had her straight up just ignore my raid. Maybe it was one time where like, it might have been just one time where Lily was like very, very busy or something. And she like didn't notice the raid, because that happens sometimes with me as well. If like, because I think that we have notifications turned off for like raids that are smaller than 10 people, or like, and sometimes I'll like miss out on it and I don't hear the notification because there's no notification, right? But I still thank them later on, so I don't get it. This is interesting. Okay. Just like weird petty stuff. I don't know. That's super weird. They both share the same store. Lol. Yeah, yeah. Around V-Card's launch, they were talking and collabing, and I don't know what happened, but her asking you for a model after that was just weird. Even though she said she doesn't plan on getting a new model anytime soon. It's her fucking decision. What? I'm so confused. Actually, that's not true. I watched her stream recently and she was talking about getting a new debut. Lily was literally mentioning about like, hey, you know, I think I should move my debut dates because I'm like a C-based VTuber, and I think I should move on to like more summer-based debuts because we just had Kill Lil a while ago, and this and this and that, right? And she was like, I think I'm gonna like, you know, move my debuts to like the summertime. And it was interesting. So I was like, oh, okay, she's going to debut a new model around summer. Yeah. At the end of the day, even Cinder didn't know about what Red was doing. I don't know how she's gonna prove it. And yeah, he's your manager, so you should know what the hell he's doing. What is their relationship anyways? Like, what is Red to Cinder? Or is he just like a community member that decided to become... Okay, I don't know. Hate that we keep bringing you into drama. Yeah, I thought it was quite early to go for a new model. Blank looks a bit menacing, so I don't talk to her. Feels like we're gonna have to compete with Lily if she's ghosting Cinder and wants the same model, mama. Compete? Damn, that's insane. The idea that they needed to stay informed and gauge the competition is extremely upsetting and toxic to me. Yeah, the competition they're referring to are people I thought they considered friends, who always helped, supported, and platformed Cinder. When I pushed back, the immediate response was blaming the other creators and implying that they initiated it by trying to work with me and that somehow justified their actions. They imply Lily ignored Cinder when she spent over a minute thanking the raid, which you can see. That's what I'm saying, bro. Dude, I don't think that Lily has ever just skipped over a raid. That's interesting. That's interesting as fuck. This was 14 hours ago? Wait, you're telling me that this was... Oh no, she was live 14 hours ago. When was this clip? Last month. It was last month.
Ignore what you just saw. Okay.
This is what I'm saying, right? She's like busy. She's fighting enemies. She's fighting enemies. She's like locked into the game. She's playing like fucking Elden Ring or some shit. She's doing like a hard game, like a fucking Dark Souls-esque game.
Oh my goodness.
And she still saw the raid.
Oh. Hello, raiders. Hello. I am playing Berserker. It's called the last Berserker Kazan. We were sponsored, but the game was really fun, so I just kept playing for like a million more hours.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. Hello. The Pyro Pop raid. Hello, Pyro Pops. What did you guys do? I am low-key addicted.
Okay, yeah, I can see where they're coming from because she didn't say hello, Cinder. She didn't call out her name, but she did say Pyro Pops, and she said, you know, what did you do? So like, from the stuff I saw from Cinder, actual Cinder messages, I get her point, which is business, but everything that Red said is actually stupid, dude. Hey, don't point fingers. That's rude.
Most people know me for my gacha addiction, but I and similar mechanically.
Lily is a good addict. Let's go, one of us.
Oh, Cobblemon. Oh shit, I wanna play Cobblemon too. That's sick. What does rating mean? Okay, so usually it's been have you been on Twitch for a while? It used to be host. Well, it isn't really hosting. Like rating is basically throwing someone's community into someone else's chat. You know? It used to be the host function back in the days, except when hosting kind of were more or less forced offline. Like when rating, you can technically stay online and go back online. People just use it as the host feature, as the recording for the host feature. Cobblemon for 7 fucking hours. You know what? That's base as fuck. I get it. Let me just go kill this one. This one is tough. He's so fast.
She said Cobblemon for 7 fucking hours. I get it. Cinder did say we should play together in the chat. I'm covering it. But keep in mind that there's always the chance that she didn't see this. Like, I don't see messages in chat all the time. My mod's getting tamed for this. I'm sorry about the fucking cars. And like, Lily is not a small streamer. If she just got a raid with like 3,000 people, almost 4,000 people, it might be a possibility that she just didn't see Cinder messaging her and saying like, yeah, we should play together. Because she's also like, you know, fighting another enemy right now. The Revenant of Adversity, whatever this is. Resume auto scroll.
Nice.
But yeah, like, I don't think that there's any issue with how she reacted to this. I will say they might have taken it wrong because they didn't straight up shout out Cinder. She didn't say, hey, Cinder, thank you for the raid, welcome, Pyro Pups, you know? Wait, what happened? What did I miss? Is there drama again? Yes. Yes, there is, Jizzy. So, Nanoless has decided to stop working with Sinder because of stuff, and we're going through the document right now. Not too. This is just deja vu. Friendships and business don't work together. I noticed that myself. I have decided also to not make any friendships with people. Because the moment that you're like buddy with others, it can really mess up your dude, there's a lot of fucking cars outside. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Let me finish my last bite. Okay. Real? Is it just Cinder and Blank you've been doing continuous model outfits for? Who? We'll have the demon update list plus final arcade reference to you soon. As soon as it's finished. I think it is. I have an outfit for Blank plan too. As for Blank, got nothing for now. But she always comes up with something. Why do they care so much about other people's work with her? Yeah, we gotta wait for Cinder's response. But after the stuff Bao said, I doubt she's gonna be able to prove anything. Oh, whoa. So Bao's document was like also super insane. Okay. Do you know who's rigging Lily's model? Why do they want to know this? Thanks, Nano. Sorry for all the questions. Just gotta stay informed, especially when it comes to our top artists. Never a break. Okay. Dude. I'm sorry about the cars outside. If you want to know who the other VTuber was, it was Cottontail. This made my stomach drop to read. It makes me very sad to have things come out like this. Sending Nano and Bao so much love. Oh my god. Bye, Lentis Strip. We don't know who the third one is yet, but Cotton and Bauer are two of them. That is insane. Don't worry, just don't stress too much with side things. It's bad for balding. Lol, I'm gonna go bald now. Okay, bro. I'll keep you in the loop about anything else going on with that. The balding? No, you fool. Just stupid drama. Gotta stay competitive even when we shouldn't have to. You know what sucks? Is that this is the thing with VTuber communities. Or at least this is the thing with tightly knit communities. Because the VTuber community is very, very, very niche. It's pretty big, but at the same time it is niche. And you can see this in Hololive. You can see this in Niji Sanji even more. Jealousy is a massive thing. Whenever you become bigger, right, in the VTuber community, no matter if you're part of a like indie side or a corporate side, there's always going to be people that are like less popular or more popular. And even though you're friends, at the same time, because it's a business, you have to stay competitive. So it turns into situations like this where the one person starts having like kind of hate towards the other because of the situation and the competitiveness and this and that, and it's really shrewd. This is also why I think a lot of people don't want to be massive in this community or don't really interact with it that much. Because there's the chance that you are going to get put into this like friendship slash competitiveness drama. And it's insane. This part is also cringe AF. She's already one of the biggest, and she's a co-owner of GamerSubs. No, she's a co-owner of VCard, isn't she? Or is she also a GamerSubs co-owner? Oh wait, no, she is a co-owner of GamerSubs. You're right. She also streams on Fansly. She makes a shit ton of money, more than she can probably spend. What does she need to compete with, bro? It's fucking crazy. I don't know about that. Yes, she's making more money than she is spending, but that does not mean that she doesn't want to save up for specific stuff. She still needs to fly out to like, you know, conventions and stuff. She still needs to like meet friends. She still needs to do special like debuts and outfits and, you know, fucking, what's it called? Like merch and stuff like that. This art piece that I got recently, this one was $600 made by Nightfang. He was amazing, but this was $600. You can imagine when you have to get like merch pieces that are exclusive and like, you know, have copyrights and they can be used wherever, like they can be close to like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 maybe even, depending on who you're asking, right? I get where you're coming from, but I think you might be missing the point. Even with all the success, some people are just wired to chase goals, not out of need, but because they love the grind or want recognition beyond money. Maybe it's not about competition, but proving something to themselves. And yeah, still, it is wild to think how much she's already accomplished and still pushes harder. I feel like that's the thing though. Only people that are willing to push this hard are gonna make it in content creation. The biggest issue though is that if you push the wrong buttons, instead of, you know, pushing the lift to go up, you push the lift button that, you know, fucking invites over the firefighters, you fuck yourself over. And those buttons are close to each other. It's not as if you could like not accidentally press it. I'm just giving like a, you know, a little story here, but yeah. You could accidentally press the firefighter button and then everything goes to shit. And then you have to pay thousands of dollars in firefighter fees because no, you weren't actually dying and you weren't actually stuck in the lift, right? So that's what I'm saying, is that the moment that you try to go up, the moment you try to reach higher grounds, there's always the chance that you do the wrong thing, you press the wrong button once, and you come tumbling down. I get the point, but there's a way to push harder. If you trample over your friends, the ones that help you make it and get to the point you are at, it's not going to end well. I'm still on the side that she does not need to do this. Yes, exactly. Like, that's the thing, but it's really hard to do that when you get to the point where you're like really big and you have to make sure that you don't step on landmines. I will say though, the way that this manager took the entire situation is horrible. It's so bad. It's really bad. Okay, continue. Don't go too far on the competitiveness. Ink can get bad. Gotta chill sometimes. Hey, it's not us. We aren't the ones getting a model from the artist of the other GamerSubs owner out of the blue and ghosting them in a few days. Oh my god! Oh, he just spit in Lily's face! Wow. Wow. Below, I wanted to push back and make clear I was uncomfortable on being dragged into drama, and they responded by bringing up more drama and baseless claims, all while trying to guilt trip me. Oh my god. It is ironic and crazy to me that I mentioned not wanting to be dragged into personal issues only for them to, on multiple occasions, mention other people's alleged drama. Why are they talking about drama? Can we stop? Sinder, just wanted to say sorry for stepping back on the exclusivity deal. Wanted to apologize personally to you. After all, since I only talk about that with Red, but I don't want to be dragged into on any personal issues like that. After all, Blank is still a client and it makes me anxious and kind of destroys my mental to do this kind of deal. Just wanted to let you know I still love working with you and Red, but I'll understand if things doesn't work out because of Blank. I just love my clients, that's all. Oh my fucking god. Oh, no. I get it, Nano. It was unfair to push this on you, but it's really just confusing going back and forth about it. I just get compared to her a lot, even still today, and it's like I'm always living in someone's shadow, which is one reason why Red asked about not making any more models for her. But at that point, you're just unsure of yourself then. So that's like insecurity. So you're pushing your insecurities onto somebody else's business. No, 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 no. No, that's not how it works. Just because you're insecure does not mean anything. This is Nano's life and bread. You cannot be pushing your personal feelings on somebody else's situations, like a different client onto her. No, 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 no. And when I understand, when I said I understand if things don't work out, it makes me feel like you're okay with not working with me anymore, which hurts after so much after all this time. I really appreciate you, Nano, and it's your decision who you ultimately work with. I'm so sorry, dude. Give me a second. But this is how I've been feeling. Okay, no, this last one part I understand. She's feeling stressed. She's feeling worried. She really loves Nano and she wants to continue working with her. And she's just okay. This is a good part. She's honest about it. That's good. But at the same time, the middle sentence is kind of not a good look. But this I understand. Like, yeah, that's fine. I don't really see the point of keep thinking about being compared to Blank. You're so much bigger already. You've done so much more, but I would never give Blank any priority over you. Also, okay, interesting. There are not even any models being made for her or being discussed. I just want to sleep clear-minded. By the way, alerts are off. Good. Good. I have them turned off for a while. Sorry. Let me... Okay, there we go. My bad. Okay. It's not me, but other people's opinions of us, and I'm just trying to not get involved in any drama that other people want to talk about comparing us. Okay, that's fine. So basically, it's not 100% as if she's like, you know, trying to push her feelings onto Nano. She just wants to make her aware of the situation. Okay, Sinder is not as bad as Redacted 100%. I feel like she's a lot more like soft. I don't know how to explain it. She's a lot more like vulnerable, that's the word, than people might think. She might have a lot of pressure from other people and the entire situation around her, and also the fact that she became big so quickly. There is a big chance that she still looks back at herself and thinks that she's not good enough in comparison to others. So I completely understand that this might be something that happens, you know? Yeah, that's what I'm saying when Cinder probably doesn't know what Red did. I think that she might know, but not in the same sense, right? So what might have happened is that Cinder knew what they were talking about, but she didn't know in what way he was talking to her about it. Like, in what way Redacted was talking to Nano about it. Okay. Sorry about this. My mental's just a bit weak. Same, girl. I'm so sorry for bringing this to you. I want you to get that money. The whole situation is just kind of sucky. I want to just get along. I understand if things don't work out about this. I mean, mostly it would be mostly if you hate me for not burning Blank down from my list. I would never hate you. Thank you. And same. I'm just an insecure bitch. I think they both are. They're stressing about a lot of stuff. I love everything we've done together and I want to keep doing more. People saying dumb shit online just makes me stress. Okay, yeah. So this is, from what I can see, I'm gonna be completely fair. Like, Cinder is not perfectly clean in this, but like she's a very sweet person. I don't think that she's like trying to put Nano in a situation where she feels bad, and she's also validating Nano's feelings in this situation, right? So yeah, I do think that Red is the bad thorn in the side of this entire situation. Okay, justifying their behavior by saying that they're simply looking out for me when none of this have anything to do with me to begin with. That, I mean, that is kind of true, yeah. Manipulating me into being grateful for earning well thanks to them, despite the loss of work from a long time and returning and new clients. That is of course true. On Nanoless's side, like in the end, right, it doesn't matter what the entire situation is. It is her decision, And if she does not feel comfortable with Cinder anymore, then yeah, of course, then that's it. That's the end. But like, I do also think that like Cinder was not 100% evil in a sense. Yeah, no, this isn't, no. Concerning my work, holy fuck, we're halfway. Concerning my work and models as a team. On this part, Cinder's just talking business. She doesn't want to be comprehended to anyone, which is valid for her side. She's insecure and Cinder did not force her to continue. Yeah, okay, no, that's completely valid. Another example of going after other clients of mine from before. I told you, it's King's Day, bro. There's people with crazy fucking cars driving everywhere. They're fucking freaky as heck. I don't know. What's going on over there? F1? Yes. Yeah, literally, dude. I live in the city center and we have fucking Reaper Leviathan outside of my window, bro. I sneezed. Shut the fuck up, dude. Shut up. Another example of going after other clients of mine before, claiming that having more clients alongside them makes my work less special. This is insane. With the recurrence of it's just business, manipulating me into believing that working with her is special for multiple reasons and that I risk losing that special something if as a client if I prefer to work with others. No acknowledgement of my reasoning and need of working with other clients due to the nature of my work, solely focused on their issues. Damn. Also, beer bag lessons ready. Enjoy lunch, Tynal. I would also like to note again that this screenshot is one of the many occasions that indicate that Red speaks on Cinder's behalf. I was originally concerned with everything going through Red that it may not have been 100% of Cinder's feelings or wants. I still think that it might be slightly. But yeah. Like, there's no way that he copy-pastes the messages that he's going to send to Nano, sends them to Cinder, she reads through them and goes like, yeah, that's good! I don't think that that's the case. I messaged her about it and making sure that he spoke on her behalf and confirmed with both of them that this was the case. Okay, hey Cinder, hope you're doing okay. I talked with Red and I believe he talked to you already and I thought it would be best if I just check here personally. Why are they not in the same chat? Why are they not in the same chat? Actually, I wanted to know better your thoughts because Red tried to talk to me and I think I misunderstood things. Mostly about this, not to just discredit any of your work because everything you work on is the top of the line incredible, but when everyone's a Nano baby, it feels less special to be one, if that makes sense. Kind of been getting the same feeling from gamer subs lately too. Wow. I thought on canceling some models because of them, but I realized it's not really fair to me. I understand what he means, but in the end of the day, it's just business. Of course we love working with you and want to keep working together, but if you prefer working with other clients instead of me, I know it's for a reason for you to help grow and not because you don't like me. Yeah, that's valid. Okay, but so Red is just weird in this sense. Being one of your very first model babies was so amazing. I was happy to be able to find someone to help you with live 2D cutting to improve your skills, and I think that's a big part of why everyone loved the 1.0 model and then started asking you for them. So she's fine with it. So she's fine with it. Can we bad Red? Not that Red, you know what I mean. I can have Red send you a list of her plans for the future and estimated due dates. So just let us know what you actually want to work on. That way I have time. Wow, okay, so she's giving her the chance. That way I have time to look for someone else if you don't have time for my projects or don't want to do them. It feels special to only have your model out for all my outfits, but just let me know if you don't have the time to be an exclusive Nano art baby anymore. It's no personal issue. I would never do something like this to anyone, to you or anyone, but yeah, it's important for my job to reach far and I like working on different projects and people. I never ever said I don't want to work with you anymore. I told Red that even though I have my other works, will always have a way to get you in a priority spot when possible. You will always be my special baby. I also think it's important for you to work on projects that you're excited about. So she's fine! No, okay, Cinder is literally... Okay, no, this Cinder slander is bullshit. It's 100% Red's fault. Oh my god. She's fine with her working on other people. She's fine with her doing other things. She would be willing to have an exclusivity contract if Nalalis is okay with it, but at the same time, she does agree with her like working on other people if she so wanted to. What? Red, shaking my head, Red. Not my Red, though. You know what I mean. Okay. Hear me out. It is what it is. Shut the fuck up, bro. Oh my god. I also had that opinion before I read Bowel's dot. Oh no. Oh no. It gets deeper. No. Holy shit. The third person that was blanked out is Spite. Is it okay if I send you a link here? Spite? Yeah, sure. So I'm away for Cinder's response. From what I'm seeing from these screenshots, she does not seem to be against Nano working on other people. Oh, Vex. Okay, wait. Ooh. This sucks. This sucks for now, Nano and Bao. It sucks for all our friends. It sucks for our community as a whole. I know these events will shock many, but please don't lose sight that there are some absolutely sweet and wonderful content creators out there who are doing their best to raise each other up and make your world a better place. That says, it stings seeing people I thought were friends talking shit about someone I've known since I started VTubing. Someone who has been nothing but an absolute sweetheart for years, who did not deserve this shit slung at her in those DMs. I'm heartbroken for my friend. I love you, Spite. Damn. Jesus. Lots of stuff is happening. Wow. Okay, Red tries to make it look like they never meant for it to appear like they wanted me to be exclusive by framing it as someone... Wait, what? Red tries to make it look like they never meant for it to appear like they wanted for me to be exclusive by framing it as something I wanted, while immediately doubling down on the fact that me working with more people makes my work feel less special. That shit is disgusting. This person is... No, this person should not be a manager. Absolutely not. That is horrid. And no longer unique, as if every design is just a Cinder clone. Huh? Have you guys seen the amount of like different bodies that Nano has drawn over the years? We've had so many different body types, so many. We've had buff girlies, we had skinny girlies, we've had thick girlies, we've had like thicker builds. We've had so much. That's insane. So it's about working with Cinder. My friends told me it's a bit unfair for me to stop other models, so I do more for Cinder, which I agree with them. I'm a free artist and I should do whatever I want to do. Yes. I don't want to take sides on any drama or situations. I will always have a way to have open slots for Cinder, but I won't be having her as my only customer. Good. I agree. You're a free artist and you should do what you want, but I was under the impression that taking on more Cinder work is what you wanted to do. I didn't think it was like we were making you do that. What? Did this person read their own messages that they sent to her? Oh, I see. I mean, what I said is still true about how we feel, but I wasn't saying you only had to do Cinder work from now on. That's with anything though. This is she's mentioning the part where he said that her work isn't going to be special anymore. That's with anything though, not just your work. If you have something special and then everyone wants to get that thing, it makes it less special. I'm sorry you were under the impression we were trying to make you do only work for us. I will keep things more business talk and less emotional. What? Just let me know. Dude, you should have been less emotional from the start. You were bringing fucking drama into her chat this entire time. And then you were like saying that it's all business and that it's, you know, it's just competitiveness. Wait, for how long has he been doing this for Cinder? Look, it's 2023, bro. He's been doing this for more than 2 years. Or 1.5 years. Just let me know how this will affect your schedule so I can tell Cinder after this. Sorry for the stress, Nano. Every single model I do is unique and I make them special and that... Yes! That's what I'm saying. Like, the thing is that Nautilus is not using like fucking bases, like a base model for every single person that she makes. She makes their bodies from scratch. She designs the fucking body shape and everything from scratch. She's not using like a fucking, you know, pay to use or free to use like VTuber model base and then like pasting new VTubers on top of it. What? No, I know you pour your heart and soul into your models and they're all incredible. They are. And you're a piece of shit for saying that she's not. Damn, that's crazy. Wow, she's apologizing. Oh my god. Normalizing their behavior once again by stating that it's simply business to sabotage other VTubers' careers and not work with them and focus on Sinder instead. Yeah, but this is from 2023. This was on the time when Silver and Sinder were the nano babies. Just business. Oof. It's okay, Nano. You're just making a living and making a name for yourself. And I can't blame you for accepting work from other big names in the industry and having very desirable talent. If you end up filling your model schedule again like it was, let me know. We'll have to replan some things depending on that. Thank you for understanding on my side. We're all trying to have our name somewhere. Just don't like taking this personal or anything. I still love working with you guys and apologize for the trouble on your plans. I'll still revisit my list and see what I got. Business is business. If you want to go through the projects we talk about and just let me... What? Okay. Is this about Blank's model now? What? Why are you bringing this up again? Why are you... Let her fucking work. Yeah, I just go art... Brr, exactly. Right now, I just didn't think, and our conversation sounded like I was trying to make you not work with her on a model, like specifically. Maybe I just consider the situation too much, my mistake for thinking this way. It's okay, but we are good for real. This feels like a weird breakup, I'm stressing. Lol, me and you are good, but I still have to tell all this to Sinder. It'll be fine, don't worry, I think she's still sleeping. Wow, okay. Damage control. Making sure none of this reaches the other VTubers, and it's all kept hush-hush. While also providing proof that they know what they do is ill-intended and should not get out, as it would cause issues for Sinder's career to be painted in this light. Note that the uncalled shot at VTuber 1 is even a spoilered, sorry, a hidden message Discord, so it wouldn't accidentally be leaked. Which one? Note that the uncalled shot at VTuber 1... Huh? What is she talking about? Oh, this one. Oh, this one's spoiled. Yeah, this one's spoiled. Ooh, okay. I try to be as transparent as much as possible. I think it's more fair for both sides this way. You didn't tell Blank you canceled because of Sinder, did you? No. I told all of them it was health issues. What the fuck? Oh my god, he's blackmailing her into fucking working for Sinder. Oh no. We never want to make you feel like we're making you or forcing you to work on / not work on something. But you literally... What? Especially if it's something you want to / don't want to do, and our conversation the other day wasn't meant to convince you of only doing Sinder work. Again, sorry that it sounded to you like I was telling you to only do Sinder work. I'll message you later. Okay. Well, let's see if Blank wants a nano model or not. Pepe W, and hope Blank finds someone else. The constant obsession with VTuber 1 and claiming that she is asking for it by causing this unspoken competition, which is coming from absolutely no other source than Sinder herself. Okay. I think it's more like wanting her to recognize Sinder, even though it literally doesn't matter. I feel like there's this unspoken competition between them, like they need to one-up each other because Blank can't get along. we're gonna just assume that this is Silver, right? This is Silvervale. So it's Silvervale and Cinder that are like trying to have this like really, I don't know, a competitive view on each other. Timeline wise, most likely. Damn. I can understand why Cinder doesn't want to be part of this drama anymore, because she's also not part of VShojo anymore, and it's like, dude, why would she want to like deal with any of this stuff? It's like she's just doing her own thing at the moment. A new VTuber who people says looks, sounds, and acts like you becomes just as successful as you in a year. Oh my god, okay. I wouldn't say they are doing that to each other, but people are making them do that. Yeah. If she did recognize Cinder as an equal or friend, then it would be like she's endorsing her copy, or like I've seen some people say her replacement. They share a lot of the same audience too. Like at the end of the day, it isn't about how much we make compared to her. We just want her to recognize, hey, Cinder is a big VTuber too. She got there on her own merits just like you did. Get along. And the marketing potential and money they could make up if they teamed up. I just know anything we do, she's watching and we'll take from or try to outdo. You know the spinning figure we have on stream? Silver's figure was announced on Wednesday. No spinning figure. Cinder debuted Saturday. Everyone hears about it. Figure announced, spinning figure on screen with exclamation figure next to it. Silver stream yesterday. First stream since Cinder debut. Guess what? Spinning figure with exclamation mark figure next to it. So they copied each other is what's happening. Then like a month later, unfollowed her on Twitter and started taking her ideas, Cinder's ideas, like the flames. And now she's basically rebranded to more fire Cerberus. Using fire emojis all the time, shaking my head. Never did that before. It's funny because she used to call herself a hellhound, but stopped when Cinder grew past her, and now she uses Cerberus or Cerberpup or whatever lore says she is. I don't know. Is this Silver? I don't know if this is Silver. Yeah, I don't know. The unfollow is weird. So it's like there was also unprovoked tweets from her like, I didn't copy anyone else for my design. My design is on me. This is who I am. Sorry about that. Who are you saying that to? Oh, lol. On random Cinder clips on YouTube, there was one dedicated blank fan or someone she knew, I don't know, that would comment on these clips saying, when are you gonna clip blank? Only on Cinder clips. That's one singular fan. The manager of a almost fucking world-renowned indie VTuber, is getting one guide by a fucking random person on YouTube. Are you joking? Wow. I'd like to highlight the irony of expecting to be entitled to recognition for her own efforts and size when her own active efforts are tied to sabotaging this very same VTuber. Also feeling entitled and insisting to be recognized by someone else is odd. I don't know, man. It's all coming from his mouth. It's weird. Thanks for taking the time to read through everything. I hope everything makes sense and everyone who's been hurt, manipulated, or sabotaged by her will find closure. This is insane. I'm not gonna lie. Dude, like, I'm gonna be fair. They might, right? They might be in the same view, but the way that he speaks is not the way that Cinder speaks. So like, he might have gotten word from Cinder like, hey, you know what? This is what my situation is. I'm feeling like really insecure. I'm not feeling very well about all this entire situation, right? And then he brings it over and then he just spits in other people's faces. He's like, yeah, how dare this person hurt Cinder? Like, they're doing this and this and this and that, and they're copying her. They're doing this and that, right? But maybe Cinder just feels weird about it. I don't know. Maybe she's just like, you know, I feel a little bit sad. Like, I'm not able to like talk to this person anymore, and like they're copying my stuff and I'm not sure, like they unfollowed me and like I'm just worried like maybe I did something to like, you know, hurt them. Like there's so many sides to this story. I can't really say anything. One thing that I can say is that Nano got mistreated. She did 100%. This is not how you should be working with somebody that is literally your bread and butter. Like, I feel like he talks under Cinder's names but talks his thoughts and not her boss. Yes, the thing is, right, is if you're your manager, you should be managing her and her stuff, but you should be speaking for her and not for your own emotions about her. Like, I don't know, this feels very on his side. Like, yes, their views might be aligned, but the way that Sinder thinks about stuff is completely different in comparison to how he thinks about things. So I don't think that this counts. I do not. But yeah, like, it's a good thing that Nano decided to speak about this, I will say, because the fact that this has been going on since 2023 and maybe even before that is insane. Honestly, just baffled by all of this. I'm so sorry this was even an energy you had to perceive in your lifetime. Real. Holy shit. Realize that the mistreatment you received is such a huge step of courage, and I'm so proud of you. You're literally the best mother and friend I could ask for. Oh my god, man. Dude, everyone is... Nah. That's crazy. So you said that Bao also made a post about this, right? Yes, yeah. Can you guys send me the doc for Bao? Damn, that's insane. I need to comment on this as well. Dude, Nano does not make model copies. The fact that people even insinuate that is insane to me. Okay, sorry about that. Here we go. On the quote-tweet? Okay, I didn't check the quote-tweets, my bad. I was very hurt by someone I thought was a friend. Holy fuck. Damn. How many pages is this? Okay, this isn't as many. This is 7, but still, the fact that did she reply right after? Oh my god, she did. Did she already have this document beforehand? Interesting. Okay. Hello, this is Bao. I will only speak to what Nanolist has decided to share with the public and messages that directly mention me by name. I would like to kindly ask everyone from refraining from turning this into a witch hunt, and remember that we are still just humans at the end of the day. You have like 7 docs and it's all redacted screenshots, not Cinder's. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I feel like he did not speak for her. They might have had like their visuals aligned, but it's weird. Before I start, I want to point out why I'm addressing both Cinder and Redacted, despite the messages being largely from Redacted. Many times throughout the message, the words we, we're, our occur numerous times. As someone who is close to and worked with Cinder for years, I have first-hand experience on how Cinder and Red collaborate, and the extent to which Red operates as her primary point of contact in her professional and personal projects. Also, you have this one. This was referred to about... Oh my god, there's more. There's more. There's more. There's more. There's more. There's more. Holy fuck. According to what I heard from Manful, because he also did his own like little searches on it, he went through like some you know, content and just tweets and stuff like that. It turns out that Red used to be Cinder's boyfriend / is still Cinder's boyfriend, but she just calls him her manager, so that they like don't get hate for it or something. Yeah, so this. I remember playing Phasmophobia with you and hearing Red chat away next to you before you first debuted like 4 years ago. You told me he was your boyfriend. Then before we met for TwitchCon, you switched up and said, just so you know, my manager's coming with me on this trip, as if I didn't know who he was. It was even ickier to read this tweet knowing he is your significant other and that you're probably going to try to avoid taking responsibility for hurting people who trusted you as friends by nuking the Red side of this duo. What the fuck is this video? So what she's saying is basically what Manfu is also like insinuating is that she knew what Red was saying. She either knew or she trusted him 100%, like straight up 100,000%, because otherwise you wouldn't leave a person that you're doing deals with, a person that you're working with, in a one-to-one chat without you in it, unless you trusted them and you knew what they were going to be saying. So what Manfu said he's thinking is that Cinder was aware of this entire thing and that she didn't want to dirty her own personal view of things, so that means that she might have been aware of it and was just telling him to do whatever the fuck so that her image didn't get slandered, because her manager slash boyfriend can say whatever he wants without it directly being, you know, a painful view to her image. This is what Manfu is saying, okay? But at the same time, I am not taking this as truth. This is just his opinion, right? Because he personally sees it this way, because he is my boyfriend, and you guys know this. He does some of my stuff, but honestly, my manager is basically fucking Fox and Matrix at this point. They're the ones that help me with things. But even Fox and Matrix can mention that whenever I send messages to somebody, whenever our boyfriend, you're right. I'm sorry. Our boyfriend. Whenever I send messages to anybody, I'm the one that sends them, and then the mods will look through them, be like, hey, Mifu, or sorry, I'll be, hey, mods, you know, is this okay? And then they'll make some changes possibly. They'll be like, okay, Mifu, you didn't word this correctly, or maybe you should say this differently. And then we'll like look through it, and then I'll send it to the person if I think that it's okay. Because we both go through it, right? And if there's any situation, bye Luna, take care, thank you for dropping by. Wait, you checked in, you said goodbye and then you checked in? Okay, lol. Yeah, I'm the one that speaks, but I show the mods whenever I think that I might be overstepping the boundaries, or like I might make this person uncomfortable, or just in general, because I'm really bad at writing. I'll ask the mods, like Fox and Matrix mostly, because it might be like personal stuff or like more, you know, debut related stuff, and I don't want to like show it to the entire mod team. I will be like going to them and asking them like, hey, is this okay? Or is the wording okay? Is everything included? Is it not like too rough, too friendly, too buddy, you know? Yes, Matrix and Fox. Oh my god, they're amazing. Okay. So that's why I'm like, Manfu is also saying like, hey, yeah, I help you out with a few things. That's, you know, when you're a VTuber and you have a significant other, that's completely understandable that you would like help the person out with stuff, right? Oh my fucking god, can you fucking pause this shit? Dude, Razor, I don't have the fucking money for that. Everybody knows that. Not gonna lie, me and Matrix are more rude and business oriented. We ain't friends with anyone. Lamau. Yeah, that's why like I can be too nice to people, and Fox and Matrix are like, bro, you're gonna get taken advantage if you say that. So they help me be more business oriented with my messages, because sometimes I can be too nice and they're like, no bro, Mifu, what the fuck, why would you send that? And so yeah, no friends. Sadly, with a lot of things in like VTubing, you have to be more business oriented, because otherwise stuff like this happens. Thank you so much, Matrix. Thank you. I just got here a bit ago. Didn't know there was a situation with Sinder. Yeah, we also didn't know. This was, as you can see, this was 3 hours ago. The original document from Nanolist was like 8 a.m. this morning, which is also around like 6 hours ago, 7 maybe max. So it's a lot. So I guess Mifu's not my friend anymore. What does that even mean, Dizzy? Shut the fuck up. Dude, I talked to you about like debut stuff. What does that even mean? No. Dude, you're one of my like most trusted artists, bro. I love chatting with you. It's so much fun. And you get to see like, I get to show you the sneak peeks and stuff, because I know that you won't leak them. But yeah, continuing on. Maybe we could, you know, if you want, classic Mifu. Shut up! Since Ren and Cinder are a pair, there's no way they didn't have the same opinions about things. Otherwise, why would he speak like that with someone without her consent? This is so yeah, here you go. There's Manfu. He lost his main account. That one got banned. Or no, it didn't get banned. He lost his fucking password and he couldn't get it back or some shit. So he has a new account. Punish Manfu. But this is his opinion on it. Like, why would he speak like that without her consent? He thinks that there might be a possibility that Cinder was aware of all the stuff that Red was saying, but was pretending to not know about it or stuff like that. I don't know. I do not know. Nobody knows. We're gonna see the Cinder document. We're gonna see all the information. But what we're getting to is that Nano did get like you know, mistreated in one way or the other, and she 100% did, no matter what type of spectrum you look at it, maybe like from Red's spectrum or like Cinder's, she was not 100% like, you know, taken care of as an artist, and like her opinions were not respected. As someone who was close to and worked with Sinder for years, I have firsthand experienced how Sinder and Red collaborate, and to the extent to which Red operates as their primary point of contact in her professional and personal projects. It is that experience that leads me to believe that all requests and messages sent by Red were both known about and approved of by Sinder. Well, there you go. This is Manfu's point of view. This is what he thinks is also the case. In March 2024, I announced that one of my subathon goals was a live 2D model, right? Link. Here you go. Live 2D model to 10,000 subbies. Final goal. Okay. Natalis was going to be the live 2D illustrator, and after she finished both the design and the base model sketch, there was suddenly a back and forth on whether or not she had the physical and mental capability to continue my model. I was very sad, and I had not only teased a screenshot of the model sketch on Twitter, but I had grown very attached to the design and showed it to all my friends. In a private group chat that Sinder was a part of, oh my god, I shared how devastated I was, and she did not comment on anything or say anything despite others in the group chat comforting and reassuring me. So you're telling me that she was part of the group chat where you were like super fucking sad that you wouldn't be able to continue to work with Nano, and she just spit in your face? Whoa. Okay. I now realize that the reason for her silence was because Sinder and Redacted were deliberately sabotaging ongoing commissions and blocking VTubers such as myself from having access to art from Nanolas. What about blank? Well, okay, we already know this. This is Bao, right? This is, what was it? Bao, Cotton, and then the last one. Who was the last one? Who was the last one? I don't remember. Another person. Spike. Okay. Who is Spike? Can you send me their Twitter? I might know about them, but I don't think so. I don't know if I've heard about them. Okay. Okay, we already know this. She's been barking up the tree of one of our live 2D animators. So like, and you, and another model. This is the hijacking stuff. This is so rude. Thank you. Oh, okay. I know about this person. Okay, I just never followed. I think that they do like semi-lewd stuff. I don't know if I can continue scrolling on here. Okay. Gotcha. Spite is that one Cerberus like VTuber, kind of like Cinder but predominantly blue. So wait, so she's the one that was like, what's it called? Like mentioned in the doc as well. Okay, so they were talking about this whole like bowel stuff, right? Looking for me sounds sus for sure. It's so annoying, blah, blah. Okay, Natalis asked Redacted on why he's encouraging her to not finish my model. Redacted then lists my name among various VTubers as well as the Vendetta Cinder, and Redacted harbors against each, okay? Bao has been getting on our nerves for a while. She hijacked our YouTube editor. She's constantly picking up artists that we work with. Now she's barking up the tree of one of our live 2D animators. Has a way of guilt tripping others to get her way. This is what Redacted lists as reasons why Natalis should cancel her ongoing live 2D commission with me, all while continuing to collaborate with me and pretending to be my friend. This is not what friends do. Yeah. Friends do not sabotage other friends out of business opportunities. Friends do not spread lies to fuel selfish narratives. Friends do not use the private information they get from the privilege of being close friends just to use it to manipulate others. Absolutely. No, no. If stepping on your friends and abusing your power and connections is how you get to the top, then I hope you realize no one will be left there when you get there. Yeah. Yeah. No, if you get to the top and everybody hates you, that's a surefire way to not be there for a long time, honestly. Yeah, we saw this one. More screenshots of them urging Natalis to cancel the ongoing live 2D commission with me, even mentioning how excited I was about it when I showed them the design during Cinder's. during Cinder and I's concert at WeebCon in 2024. I remember her showing it to us in WeebCon. Wait, so they were aware of how excited she was. I've been waiting for someone to react to this drama on Twitch. Woo. It's kind of insane. Don't sell yourself short. I think she'd be fine with taking the design and finding someone. How are you speaking for Bao? I wouldn't offer it for free. Maybe half price if she starts shit. Huh? Oh my god, okay. Yeah, you're right. I'll talk to her today. We'll also close the Mana inquiry rate today. Opening that was a mistake. I wouldn't offer it for free. Maybe half the price if she starts shit, lol. I don't know what I've ever done to either Redacted or Cinder to deserve this level of vitriol towards me. I don't remember having any issue or any problem that couldn't have been solved by talking. Damn. Regardless, the message where Cinder and Redacted openly accused me of stealing their YouTube editor, Boss Rush music video animator, as well as any artist that I've worked with. Hi Kaiser, nice to meet you. I was just watching your stream highlights from me and Cinder's collab and really loved your editing style and humor. I was curious if I could request a video edit from you every now and then and if you have any availability. My username is Bao on Discord if you want to chit chat more there. Thanks again. Dude, she's so sweet. She's so chill about it. Yeah, she's not even like stealing them. And then hi Bao, I'd love to edit a video for you. Just send a friend request on Discord. Dude, so it's... So she didn't steal shit. She was literally just like, hey, do you have some time? Maybe sometime? I really like your work. She didn't even sabotage or steal anything. She hijacked our YouTube editor. Their YouTube editor, Kaiser, is a mutual YouTube channel editor for myself and Cinder. My channel manager, Yoon, and I asked Kaiser for one stream highlight per month, as we are aware of his extensive position as Cinder's channel manager. What? I made a point to note this in my inquiry mail to him in 2023. Okay, 5 hours. Totally fine. Like, they have to go through a lot of conversations. They have to talk about a shit ton of stuff. This is pretty normal. On March 20th, I started a group Discord call that lasted 5 hours to hang out with my editors. In this group call, Kaiser shared with us that he was afraid to ask Cinder for a raise because he initially turned down an exclusivity deal. As a friend to both Cinder and Kaiser, I encouraged him to take the deal and reassured him that it would not change our friendship, as I would never want someone I care about to miss an opportunity, even if it meant I would lose them as an editor. The editors who were in this call can collaborate this. Wow, okay. Wait, Kaiser, the COD guy that does master grade COD clips? Probably, yeah. I'm sharing this context because there are no words to describe the hurt and betrayal I feel, knowing that the other side of this conversation, Cinder and Redacted, were actively portraying me as a thief and a detriment to their business. I have only ever supported them in their activities and never once thought that I had somehow gotten on their nerves. Bao had original songs last year that had MVs by her editor and the songs flopped. I'm in shock and disbelief that this is the narrative they decided I deserve. Saying that I harbored an invisible jealousy because my songs flopped made me sick to my stomach. In late 2024, I was dealing with debilitating TMG pain that resulted in me having to drain fluid from my jaw to open my mouth properly. Jesus! They both knew this. So she was in insane pain whilst trying to fucking record that video, and you're gonna tell me that I have always wanted my friends to succeed alongside me, and I don't know how they could say these things while simultaneously weaponizing my most vulnerable moments against me. That's crazy. That is insane. We're 99% sure she told him, Sakramore, not to do any more with us. Boss Rush music videos. This part. Yeah. Oh shit, yeah, okay. Okay. In these messages, Cinder and Redacted are referring to my animator, Sakramore, who I've been working with since 2023. Yeah, I think we saw this, but we didn't see this part. Right? Proof of how long we've worked together. In 2024, Sack asked me if he could go completely exclusive for me and work for me in-house with no credit in order for him to be able to quietly work on his personal projects and brand without having VTubers asking for more commission work. So it was his own decision. I was happy to accept. I want to reiterate that this was Sack's decision and no one else's. Here's proof of Sack mentioning his wishes to be my in-house animator directly to my channel manager Yoon Bepis back in December 2024, refuting Redacted's claim that I locked him sucker more up due to Boss Russ's success. Yo, is it fine going forward I don't be credited in video descriptions? Okay, thank you. I'd rather just be a more in-house type of thing for Bao after this blank thing is done. It's the last commission I ever do for anyone besides Bao and want to make a name for myself through my own content and not really my work for others next year. Damn. Okay, yeah, so it was his own decision. Oh, okay. Why aren't you solving this privately? If you look at the timeline of events from Nano's document, some of those messages date back years. I found out about this less than 48 hours ago. What? And they did not give me common courtesy of talking to me privately about this over those years. My thoughts, my feelings, my most vulnerable, darkest moments that I shared in confidence with people I thought would be by my side years and years from now may have been used as information to ruin my chances to have the same VTuber model as someone I thought was my friend. And I don't know how I can ever be the same after this. I would like to ask the community to refrain from spreading any harmful speculations. Everything shared in this document was done so by the express permission of those who shared it with me. I made this document with the intent to refute the claims made about me in the screenshots. Thank you for taking the time to read this. That's insane. This is ridiculous. So she was dealing with so much shit, so much pain. She got like canceled last moment with no idea of what was happening with Nanoless. She had no clue, no idea. And 48 hours before this is most likely what happened. Nanoless went to Bao. Nanoless went to all of the people that were supposedly like, you know, mentioned in these screenshots and asked them personally like, hey, would you be okay with being part of this like document? And I'm sure that Bao got fucking shot in the face with all of this information, all of these accusations last second, and she had to deal with this basically by herself. In the span of 48 hours, she had to pump out an entire document and process all of this stuff on her own. Even though it's been going on for years and she had no idea, no clue. But where was the apology first and foremost too on this? There was no apology. There was no apology. She didn't say anything. I mean, she said, I'm sorry, everyone. I will make a larger response when I'm able, but she didn't say sorry to, you know, Bao specifically, or any of the people that were mentioned. She just said like, hey, Redacted will no longer be managing or overseeing my VTuber communities. He no longer represents me as a creator, my brand, or my intentions. So she's like, Redacted is not me. He's not, you know, that's... Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. No, this was a wild thing to wake up to. Yeah, that's wow. Yeah, y'all VTubers need a lawyer by your side 24/7. If I go to college again and pick law school, maybe I can make laws offices that's specified for VTubers. Omega lol. I don't know. I'm gonna be completely fair. What I'm seeing a lot, I'm just gonna straight up. Okay, so I just woke up. My brain does not work when I wake up. Okay, I'm not a morning person, so I need to take some time to fucking like think about things a lot more than normal people. I usually work really, really well at like nighttime, like 10 p.m., 11 p.m., 12. That's when I fucking wake up. Okay, that's when I have my best moments. But right now I'm so fucking exhausted, I can't formulate sentences normally. But what I'm seeing a lot is that the VTuber community has a lot of amazing and vulnerable people that are being taken advantage of by others without any type of contracts or communication or this or that. There's a lot of like discrepancy between like, you know, costs and money and contracts and friendships and this and that, and this is all happening in the back lines without anybody getting aware or like being aware of what is happening, because it's being kept under bars. Because the moment that you as a content creator or you as an artist get put out into the flames, you get absolutely like destroyed, or your visuals, like your view is not the same anymore. This is why content creators and just the content creation space and like has so much drama overall, because it's being kept under bars for years, like months/years, to the point where it kind of bursts out and it gets to such an insane state where it's like, what are you guys saying? Oh, you guys are still talking about it? Okay, yeah, like where like you can't really keep up with everything anymore, and it's like, why did it get to this point? It's not the fact that they don't have lawyers. I'm sure they do. A lot of these really, really big streamers have lawyers. That's not the case though. It's the fact that because they're such big streamers, because they're a like popular public figure, they would get into trouble, or they would be seen differently by the general public if they were to come public with this type of stuff, this information.